Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In the earlier session, we had looked into the brief overview about list data type and we had also looked into how we can create a list. We had looked into the concept of creating an empty list and then how we can create a list of numbers or list of strings or list of boolean items. So we had looked into those particular concepts. And in this session, let's see how we can add elements into the list. Friends, we can add elements into the list with the help of three built-in functions. They are the append functionality, the insert functionality, and the extend functionalities. So, append functionality, it adds a single element at the end of the list. Insert built-in functionality adds a single element at the desired position. And what does extend functionality do? It adds multiple items at the end of the list. These multiple items should be enclosed within a list or a tuple, and they can be added at the end of the list. So now let's go in detail into each of these functionalities. Append built-in function. The syntax is, first we have to specify the list name dot append and the element which you want to insert. So now let's look into it practically. So I am having my lst1 equal to square brackets, which represents it's an empty list. Now let me say lst1 dot append and I specify the element which needs to be appended into the list. I have specified 10. Now if I say print lst1 and run the code, within the list 10 has got added into the list. It has been appended into the list. Now let's add few more numbers and see how the result would appear. Now if I say lst1 dot append and let me say I want to add 20. Now if I say print lst1 and run the code, see after 10 the item 20 has been inserted, that is at the end of the list. Now similarly if I say lst1 dot append 30 and now if I say print lst1 and run the code, we see that 10, 20 and after 20 the element 30 has been inserted. So this is how the append built-in function works in Python. Now let's move into the second in. Let's see another way. This is by means of adding one element into the list. Only one element can be added into the list at a particular time. Now if we want to add n number of items at a particular time, with the append functionality we have to include a for loop so that it traverses the loop and items will be added n number of times. So for this the syntax is, firstly I am creating an empty list, then I say for x in range of 5, then lst1, that is the list name, dot append and then x. X will have the value 0 initially, so 0 will be added into the list, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. 5 will not be printed because it will traverse only till n minus 1. So let's see the syntax, let's see how it works in Python. Let me take lst1 equal to an empty list for x in range 5 and then a colon lst1 dot append and then I specify x, that is the value of x. Now if I say print lst1, let's see what the output would be. It will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 items have been inserted into the list with the append functionality, but by using a for loop, so that the for loop traverses 5 times. Each time the value x has been appended into the list. So this is how the for append functionality using a for loop works in Python. The second built-in function is the insert built-in function. It adds a single element at the desired position in the list. You can decide the position where you want to insert the element and can specify the position. So the syntax for this is list name dot insert the position and the element which you want to insert. So let me say lst2 equal to, I am having a list already and I want to insert into an item at the desired position into this particular list. So I say lst2 list name dot insert position, I specify as 1 and element which I want to insert is 90. Now I say print lst2. So here 10 is at the 0th index. So instead of 20, not instead of 20, at the first index, 20 is at the first index. So I want to insert 90 at the first index. So after 10, 90 will get inserted and all these elements will be pushed forward. So after 90 it will be 20, 30 and then 40. So when I run this code, initially 10 will be there, then at the first index value 90 will be there, 90 will get inserted and 20, 30, 40 will be pushed to the next index values. So this is how the adding insert built-in functionality works in Python. Now the third one is the extend built-in function. If we want to add n number of items, then we can add it with the help of the extend built-in function. In the extend functionality, to add the n number of items, we have to enclose the items within a list or a tuple. So we have to say list name dot extend and within the list we have to include the n number of items, because extend functionality will take only one argument. So we can insert only one element. So it should be a list enclosed with multiple items. So let's see how it works. If I say lst2 equal to 10, 20, 30. Now if I say lst2 dot extend, and if I don't include it in a list, I just give 40, 50, 60, 70. And now if I say print lst2, we end up in an error, because the extend functionality takes one argument and we have passed 4 arguments, 4 elements, but it takes only one element. So how to remove this error? So we have to include within a list. So when we include it within a list, it will consider it as one element with 4 items, but value is just a single list. So now if I run the code, I get the output 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That is 4 elements have been added into the list. But we have to include all these 4 elements within the list, because extend functionality takes only a single argument. So multiple items, that is 40, 50, 60, 70 have been added into the list with the extend functionality. Hope so friends, it is clear for you the 3 different methods of adding elements into the list. The append functionality, which adds a single element at the end of the list. The insert functionality, which adds an element at the desired position, and the extend functionality, which adds multiple items at the end of the list, and these multiple items have to be enclosed within a list or a tuple. So friends, hope so friends, this is clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.